Hello, thank you for tuning into my channel. It's assignment 5 of the Heartbeat Bargello Quilt Along, so if you want to see how to make the second section, please stay tuned. Last time our assignment 4 was completing section 1. Here is my completed section 1. Let me see if I can open it out. It's pretty tall, it's taller than me. But this is the first vertical section of the quilt. Everybody has been at different stages of completing section 1, so let's take a second and show you what everybody's working with right now. Prepare for work on section 2. The process is exactly the same as section 1. So I went ahead and laid out the steps using my cutting guide and my fabric guide, so I know what color, which fabrics to cut between. I've laid it out here. The design is a little bit different from section 1 so that we could get that that EKG kind of heartbeat shape. And the entire process is exactly the same, but the challenge with this part is that we start with a lot of 1-inch strips. So as we go through, there are going to be some things that are a little bit different from the first section, so I just want to make sure I point those out to you. I have my pins on the left side of the first 3 sets that I'm going to stitch together. To remind you, I'm going to do 2 sections or 2 strip units at a time, and then I'm going to sew all 4 of these together. So I'm actually going to do 1, 2, 3 sets, and then I'll sew the first 2 together, and I'll keep adding that way. But with these, there's going to be a little bit of curling, so I want to show you that. Right now I'm going to stitch the first 2 sets together and probably the second 2 sets, and then I'll come back and show you. The first 2 sets of strip units are stitched. This set, since this is my second set out of the 3, I'm actually pressing toward the pin, so they're actually going to the left. So I'm going to, at this point, I have the 3rd set already on the sewing machine working as my leader ender, and then I'm going to flip these right sides together and stitch them. And I'll probably go about halfway through and we'll talk about some troubleshooting. At this point, I've stitched about 8 of these strip units together, and with these 1-inch pieces, I wanted to show you that they do kind of roll up on you. The first set I finger pressed away from the pin, so this time I'm finger pressing toward the pin, and they will try to roll up on you, but the more you do, the more they'll flatten out. So I'm going to keep adding, and then I'll show you in a few minutes how hopefully they'll start to flatten out for us. I've added a few more units to this section, and you can see even though with the it's all these 1-inch strips, it does start to flatten out, and the curl is only at the edge. I still have, let's see, all of this to go. But it's going to start getting easier once I start adding the wider strips. So I'm going to just go ahead and do the rest of the strip set together, and I'll show you what it looks like. I have the entire section completed. All I have to do now is press it. As a reminder, I'm going to press the front. Then I'm going to flip it over and press the seams on the back. And then I'll flip it over again and press the front, and then we'll see what it looks like. I have my finished section right here. It has been pressed 3 times, front, back, front, And then underneath it I have the one that I completed earlier. At this time I've only completed 2 of these sections, so I need to finish one more so that I can have the whole section done for the quilt. I did press. You can see that this side is pressed towards the left, and then the other ones are pressed in the opposite direction towards the right. And that's going to be important because when I join them at the horizontal seam, the seams will nest. So as I said, I'm a little bit behind. I have to finish this section and then go back to the 3rd section and get ready for the next video. But some of you have already finished your quilt. If you're making a crib or a lap quilt, you should, once you finish this unit, it should be done all the way. And it's going to actually take another month for me to do the border. But if you wanted to put your own border on it, and go ahead and quilt it and back it, back it and quilt it, you absolutely can, but you don't have to be in a rush to do that. I still have to finish this one and add another section, then we'll work on the borders. If you have any questions about this, please leave it below. I will put links to the pattern and to the rest of the playlist in the description box of this video. Don't forget to stay tuned and see who won our prize for this month. And let me show you the prize. This month's prize is going to be the fat quarter pie that I got from New Orleans. So this will be the prize for the month, so stay tuned to see who won that. Thank you so much for watching. Please thumbs up this video, share it with your friends, and I'll see you next time. Bye!